question out to the
Go ahead.
historian? Okay, this is to the historian. So when I started seeing the indoctrination into the school, I decided, well, I'm going to go into the school. I'm going to get the textbooks, because you referenced the textbooks. The textbooks weren't allowed to be sent home anymore. And the teachers in the particular school my children were enrolled, she wore a key on her neck. Her key controlled the special box where the textbooks were put every night. So when I finally got the textbook home, I was appalled. I brought it with me. So if anybody wants to fact check me on that, you just come over and you can look at the textbook for yourself. But in history, was there ever a time when teachers would wear keys on their necks to lock textbooks up? Just curious.
No. In fact, it's all more recent, because I know when I was growing up, you carried your textbooks home because you had to do homework. How do you do homework without the textbook? All right. Now, there's the problem of I can understand where textbooks get lost, but I want to know what was appalling in the textbooks that you read.
Well, in Alberta, it's oil country. So most of the families are making their money off of they're in the oil sector. And Alberta's known for clean energy, something to celebrate and be proud of. And in these textbooks, it is anti-oil, completely anti-oil, and just demoralizing of anybody in this sector, using fear tactics, just hustling the climate agenda. And it was also very mythical. I was concerned about some of the material that was in there. It went against my views as a Christian, and I had no idea that this was in this was a Christian school. It was considered a charter school. It had to run off of the public, in Canada it's much different than here, but the state controls really the textbooks. And it just went against our personal values and morals and what we believed. So I had to go to great efforts to get the textbook. So in Canada, it's much harder to get your hands on the material that your children are exposed to. And that should be a wake-up call. When it becomes difficult, you're being left behind and left out. So a lot of the schools aren't even using textbooks. They're going paperless. So then you open up the communication lines where you've got teachers that are texting, private messaging your child, and you don't have access to those conversations. So it's a real downward spiral.